another zone down there. That looks like a solo male drinking zone. They're so small. Aim small, miss small. There we go. So that was a great shot from 365 meters. What is going on, everybody? My name is AJ, and we are here playing the Hunter Call of the Wild. Yet again, we are here on Swaleason. I don't know. Whatever. We're in that park that's new. It's got mostly birds and small animals, and that's exactly why we're here. I found a pretty comprehensive walkthrough, thought, process of a dual grind for a great one. Pheasant and Red Fox. That was done by Mel's Gaming. I'll link her video in the description below. But essentially, she made it seem like it's totally doable to hunt both the great one fox and pheasants at the same time. So, this is going to be convoluted and complicated. But I'm setting up my tents. I've already done it for the fox locations. All these drinking points right now are red fox zones. They drink between 1700 and 20 o'clock. Now, I never understood what to call the 20s. 2400 hours makes sense. What is 20? I don't know. Anyways. 8 o'clock. Yeah. 5 to 8. Jesus, that hurt my brain. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So their drink times are from 1700 to 20 hours. I'm sorry. Jeez, they're everywhere. So anyways, we're going to talk about this while I'm setting it up. So I've got the fox zones set up, thus far. And essentially with the fox zones, you have two different possibilities. One is that you'll have either a solo fox zone or there's going to be a pair. So that's how it will always work with the fox. They kind of act sort of like predator zones because foxes technically are predators. So as soon as you shoot a fox out of the zone should close potentially and move elsewhere. Now, the tricky bit about the foxes is that on their, oh, there it is. On their dual zones, you have to shoot both animals out of the zone. I shot that thing right in the chest. Took it like a man. Anyways. So if you happen to see a zone with two fox in it, a male and a female, you want to shoot both. Because otherwise, the zone doesn't respawn. So that's an interesting sort of caveat for this. Okay, I'm not supposed to be shooting those guys here. We really want to worry about them on the mainland. He's molting. Oh, he's gorgeous. I don't think I have a molting one yet. Go ahead and pick him up. I'll have to roll that footage from my other video, the 24-hour hunt video, just so you guys can learn about red foxes again.
Red fox, albino melanistic piebald.
Oh, he would have been a gold. Got him in the scapula. Dang. Thought I had a better shot on him. Shit. I might have got her. Okay, there we go. We're starting to get there. I really wish my dog was able to do this. I'm gonna have to like fast travel. Here, let's fast travel. I'm gonna get him back on my side and then we'll figure this out. what makes it funnier is that I obviously had to run by this thing. Good boy. All right, so let's talk about one more thing that I was advised of as far as this going. So if you're trying to do herd management, there's a thought, a theory out there that for your foxes, you'll get these female solo zones. And so this is called the island, right? So you want the island here, and particularly like it seems like this tip tends to be the more preferred hunting area, but really you want to get a few of these hunting zones to be your primary hunting zones. And one of the best ways to do that is to make sure you don't have any solo female zones. So, God, okay, I can't describe what I'm talking about while I'm focused on shooting these guys. Oh. Okay, so if you've got a solo female zone, it sounds so convoluted. I heard that and I was like, I can't be right. Here, I took a screenshot of this. This is from Flinter, who talked about it. Okay, so you find a solo female in your shooter zones on the island. Then you need to go find a pair in a non-shooter zone off the island. Shoot and claim the female fox off the island. Pass a bit of time. 10 to 15 minutes seems to work. Shoot and do not claim the male fox off the island. Shoot and do not claim the solo female on the island. And then repeat until no solo females remain. So, I might try that. I don't know if it's going to work. If you guys know me and you've seen my hunting videos, I don't have any delusions that I will be able to do anything great here. I just won't, man. My hunting videos are sporadic, ADHD inducing, and I just can't make it work. I had that really great montage for you guys, but I don't remember what the red foxes are. Now, primarily I'm going to be working on just the red fox. That's really my goal, because I've had such a time of trying to hunt these guys. So we'll be focusing primarily on them, but I figure the pheasant might be a good idea as well. So the pheasant drink zones that I've mostly found are from 1400 to 1800, right? So with that, I'll be able to hunt pheasant. And then once my pheasant time zones are done, I'll be able to come back over here and hunt fox. That's why this is going to end up working. They're just opposite enough that I'll be able to make it work. I'm going to have to move that tent. I'm going to drop another tent down here instead of being up in that area. Once I get to the pheasants, we'll talk about them a little bit. But this is essentially how the red fox are going to go. So I'm going to hunt a few more, wait until the morning, and then we'll see what we can find as far as the other guys go. It's dark red, accept. I need you guys to understand. I love the orange. It's a great color. Except orange is my favorite color, so that's why I've got it. Oh yeah, and one last thing to be said about the fox. So you're going to be hunting your zones into the evening. So I highly recommend getting a night vision scope. So I've got one here. The problem with this is the scope isn't quite as good as the Hyperion, so you have to get closer to your targets. That's the only real downside for you to be able to tag them. So my suggestion, this is what I did, is I've got 2 guns. I took out my 22 LR with the standard scope on it. I saw my targets with the infrared, and then I switched to this one, put it in the general area, and was able to tag them with a more powerful scope. All right. That being said, I'm going to hunt some more on my own, get some of these guys, and when we get to the next phase, next time I have to sleep, we'll start talking about pheasants. Come on. All right. Silver? Accept. He would have been a gold. I shot him in the intestines. Dang. Shit. I got impatient. Where's the last guy, man? Oh, I passed him. Jeez. Silver. Damn. I think I shot him twice. All right, don't worry about it. It's fine. So, I may have actually hit her. I did! Wow. Amazing. I'm better than I thought I was. Silver. I mean, it wasn't a great shot, but accept. All right, guys. So we're out here getting ready to start our pheasant grind. One thing I will say before I start this, for the fox, I have also been I've also heard from Flinter that if you're having issues with your red foxes respawning, since essentially you're blasting out the zones, like these zones disappear. They're like predator zones. This is the only one that didn't, and that's because I shot one, didn't get both. So I'm gonna have to go back out there and deal with that. But most of my other zones have disappeared. They're off the map now. Except for this one, I think that was also a double that I forgot to get one for. And this one, I never found them. I don't know where they were. So anyways, so for the fox zones, if you're not getting your respawns, his suggestion is to come into this area, the main land, and find a fox and shoot it. And that should correct the issues you're having. I don't know if that's going to be true, but we'll find out. Okay, Editor AJ here. I'm just going to save us all a lot of time and explain sort of what happened here. So I decided to try to use my old pheasant grinds to kind of make this dual pheasant and red fox great one grind work. And it did not. It did not work at all. Most of my pheasant zones just weren't spawning or populating any real pheasants. I mostly had like raccoon dogs and other predator animals in the zones, and I don't know if that was killing or stopping the pheasants from coming in. It just seems interesting, but yeah, I wasn't getting the spawns that I was expecting, and I got really frustrated by it. So this video ends up with just me dealing with the red fox great one hunting zones. That's what I'm going to be focused on, trying to get that grind in particular. We might revisit the pheasant grind as well. I've discovered that while I'm out there hunting for the foxes, there's actually a lot of pheasant zones already out there on the island with me. So that actually may become a strategy, just using the island itself instead of coming back to the mainland. And I don't know if that's a valid strategy, But it's all a numbers game. So if I manage to shoot enough male pheasants, I might get one. So I'll kind of keep my eyes peeled the whole time and just see what we get. Alright, got him. Oh, there he is. Silver. Oh, look at that shot. Now, the other thing that they were talking about, at least Flinter for the red fox, he is slightly concerned with hunting pressure being an issue. And that certainly could be a problem. I'm not going to say it's not. Hunting pressure could be an issue. Typically, though, I think, don't quote me on this, I'm fairly certain that foxes fall underneath the gorgeous. Fall underneath the predator tag, and predator zones typically don't worry about hunting pressure. Typically, I'm not saying that they don't always worry about it, but typically they don't care. So I feel like we'll be okay. I think it's going to end up being kind of like the lion hunting zones, that they'll just kind of keep respawning on top of each other. Can you find that other red fox? I know I'm getting close to where I shot her. And I wonder if their drinks... So this is the other thing I've discovered with these, with the fox in particular. Sometimes their drink zones are high up in the grass and all that. So they're not always right there by the water. So I did not see where this guy's drink zone is. So we'll have to rediscover it the next evening. But, yeah, I think you're going to be okay with the hunt zones for these guys. I think they're going to mostly be just like all the other predator zones. They'll respawn anyways. And, you know, I'll try to keep tabs on that while I'm doing this particular grind and see what I discover for that. So spawning in here startled the pheasants. This also may have been a female. No, it was. It was a dude. I got that one right. Interesting. So he came from this zone, but spawning here was enough. So I'm going to need to put a tent. Oh, God, I don't have a tent. Okay, what is this? Pheasant. We got multiple pheasant zones here. But I'm going to have to put a tent somewhere at the 200 meter mark. Alright, this is going to be fun. Slash interesting. Okay, now while I'm setting up here, one thing I do want to point out, even though I'm not 100% committing to the pheasant grind, is a note from Mel's Gaming that I thought was worthy to put in here. Something to definitely keep in mind if you're on that Great One pheasant grind. The idea is that when you're shooting or hunting your pheasants, you want to be around 150 meters away from them. So when you spawn in, try to have your tents, you know, that 200, 210 meters away, and then have a tripod within 150 meters. That way, if they are nothing special, so not a diamond, a rare fur, or a great one, you can take out your 22 LR from 150 meters and go ahead and shoot them that way. They're going to get marked as grounded, so they're not going to be perfect kills, but it's an easier way to guarantee that you get the lower scoring pheasants down on the ground. However, if they look like there's something important, run towards them, make them spook however you want to, and then take care of them as they take off into the air. So just something to keep in mind. Also, for your information and mine, their diamond is 20.29. So just keep that in mind. These two that I'm shooting at are nothing special, so I'm going to try to get them grounded. Why aren't you hitting? Okay, they're dead. I hate that I had to shoot them so much. That was ridiculous. White, brown? Oh, I shot him in the brain, apparently. Except... my thing sort of is, it doesn't really matter if you get the zones or not, because they're going to disappear after you shoot the animal out of it. Anyways. So just as long as another one doesn't just start taking off on you, you should be okay. I think the problem I'm going to run into with this particular grind is there's going to be far more walking around my zones than I typically enjoy. Will it be worth it for a great one fox? Yes. Am I going to enjoy it? Absolutely not. Okay, just a red. I hear you, buddy. Alright, so... okay. We have a male and female. So this is a duo pair. Let me reload. I was worried for a second there. I thought it was a solo female until I found the male hiding in the brush. Are you kidding me? Well, I assume I got her once. So she flipped, but... there's another zone down there. That looks like a solo male drinking zone. They're so small. M small, miss small? It's a gold! I think this is my first gold male, so we're going to take him. Except... it's a female. She would have been silver. Okay, now did that kill the zone? Yes. This zone is the other guy that I shot from a long distance, the 300 meters. So we have... so this is two zones on top of each other. This is the one I found before where I thought I was getting... a whole bunch all in one. You know, maybe this might work out anyways. Sorry. Sorry, that was rude. Gray. Brained him. He was technically flying, but that's okay. There we go. So that was a great shot from 365 meters. Okay, so that killed all the zones. Again, these zones are predator zones, so they're going to disappear especially since they're solos or duos. I hate you, black grouse. I really do. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, since they're solos or duo zones, they once you shoot them out, they're gone. That's it. Okay, guys. So I've placed a tent over here. This is sort of where I at least get some good spawns. This is kind of like the dual zone where I see the two fox zones spawning almost on top of each other quite frequently. So I'm going to set up a tripod up here and have that as sort of like my waypoint so I can see them a little bit better. But yeah, I think as far as the Great One hunt for this go around, I think I'm going to stick with the fox. It seems to be something that's a little bit more manageable for me anyways. And I'm not going to lie, I periodically see a bunch of pheasants and stuff at night while I'm running around out here. So I think we may accidentally get some decent pheasant hunting while we're on the island. So I think I might sort of accident my way into doing a dual Great One hunt, even though I'm not trying anymore. That was the intention when I started this video, but it is not it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be, and my brain hurts this morning, so I don't really feel like dealing with it right at this particular moment. So we're gonna stick with the Great One fox grind for the time being, and I think that'll be good. And we'll sort of build in the Great One pheasant grind as I'm hunting. So it'll just sort of be like a natural progression. We'll go from just doing the Great One fox to the Great One fox and pheasant grinds sort of simultaneously. I mean, like, look. I got... Jeez, what was that? Terror hawk. What is that scream? Is that from the grouse? Calm yourself, grouse. Jeez. Yes? Anyways, we'll sort of figure that all out as we go along with this Great One grind. This one's going to be interesting. It's certainly different than any of the other grinds. We have a general idea of where their spawns are going to be, but again, they're technically a predator animal, so their spawns are going to be sort of different all the time. And that's going to be the hard part, I think. So we'll see how this grind works out. This was just sort of the first foray into a Great One fox grind. I think this island method will be the easiest one. If you guys want to check out Flinter's guide on how to do it, absolutely, I'll link that below. And the same with Mel's Gaming. If you want to try the dual grind, it may be easier for other people. But my brain right now cannot wrap itself around figuring out what is going on with my spawns over here with the... I mean, I just expected one to come up over here. Just a couple of pheasants at 4 to 8, and they just never did. And so my brain just went, I just don't know what's going on, and I don't have the mental capacity to fix it right now. to fix my spawns. So if you guys want to give it a shot, all that will be down in the description. Feel free to take a look. But for now, I think I'm done with this episode. We'll keep doing a Great One fox grind, and hopefully we'll get one sometime in the near future. But I have a feeling this one's going to take me a while. So we'll see. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.